Take a second and think about your feet right now. Are they cold, even when the rest of you feels warm? Do your legs ever feel tired, heavy, or crampy after a short walk, and then feel fine again once you sit down? Most people brush this off as just poor circulation, something that comes with age, nothing to worry about. Sometimes that's true, but sometimes it's actually your body's way of flagging something specific. And today I want to walk you through what the research actually says is going on and what genuinely helps. The medical term for this is Peripheral Artery Disease, or PAD, and it's far more common than most people realize. It affects an estimated 12 to 20% of adults over 60. That means if you're in a room with 10 people your age, 1 or 2 of them likely have it, whether they know it or not, because here's the part that matters most. Up to 4 in 10 people with PAD have no leg pain at all. This channel exists because someone has to translate all this published research into plain English, since most people never get the time with their own doctor to go through it in this kind of detail. Tell me in the comments, do your feet ever feel unusually cold, or do your legs cramp during a short walk and ease up when you rest? I want to see how common this actually is in this community. Here's what's physically happening. PAD occurs when the arteries carrying blood to your legs become narrowed by plaque. The same process, atherosclerosis, that affects arteries throughout your entire body. That's the detail most videos on this topic skip entirely, and it's genuinely the most important one. PAD isn't just a leg problem. It's a signal that this same narrowing may be happening in the arteries, feeding your heart and brain too. Research consistently shows people with PAD have meaningfully higher rates of heart attack and stroke, which is exactly why the leg symptoms, even mild ones, are worth paying attention to. Not because your legs themselves are in danger, but because of what they're telling you about your cardiovascular system as a whole. So what should you actually watch for? The classic sign is called claudication, pain, cramping, or heaviness in the calf thigh, or hip that shows up during walking and goes away with rest. But according to the CDC, other physical signs are just as telling. Skin on your legs that looks smooth and unusually shiny, skin that feels cool to the touch, especially paired with pain during walking, or sore on your foot or leg that's slow to heal. If any of that sounds familiar, it's genuinely worth a conversation with your doctor, who can check this simply and painlessly by comparing the pulse and blood pressure in your ankle to your arm. Comment the word cold if that's a symptom you've actually noticed in yourself. Now, here's the part that genuinely surprised researchers when it was first studied, because it sounds backwards. The best supported treatment for improving circulation in the legs isn't resting more. It's walking deliberately through some of the discomfort. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed 156 people with PAD. One group walked on a treadmill, building up to 40 minutes 3 times a week. After 6 months, they could walk 69 feet farther before pain started. The group that didn't exercise actually got worse. Their walking distance dropped by 49 feet over the same period. That's a real measured difference of over 100 feet between the two groups from walking alone. Why does this work? Regular walking encourages your body to develop small, additional blood vessels around narrowed areas, and it improves how efficiently your muscles use the oxygen they do receive. The current standard of care, called structured exercise therapy, is exactly this: walking to the point of mild discomfort, resting briefly, and walking again, repeated consistently. If this connects for you, we covered similar walking research in our video on why legs get weaker after 60, since regular movement genuinely does double duty here, supporting both muscle strength and circulation. Beyond walking, a few other factors have real evidence behind them. Not smoking is one of the single most important things you can do, since smoking is one of the strongest known risk factors for PAD progression. A heart-healthy eating pattern, the Mediterranean or DASH diet rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and legumes, is specifically recommended by the Cleveland Clinic for managing this exact condition. And managing blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol matters here too, since those same factors drive the underlying plaque buildup, connecting directly back to our video on blood sugar after 60. So here's your practical takeaway. If you've noticed cold feet, shiny skin, a slow healing sore, or leg cramping that eases with rest, mention it to your doctor. It's a simple, painless check. If you're already diagnosed, or just want to support your circulation generally, a consistent daily walk, even one that causes mild discomfort you rest through, is genuinely one of the best supported things you can do. More so than any product or supplement claiming to fix circulation overnight. night. One last thing worth being upfront about. I'm not a doctor. I'm someone who spends hours going through the actual published research so you don't have to. And this video is meant to inform you, not replace a conversation with your own doctor about your specific symptoms. If this helped you understand something new about your own legs, subscribe, because every week I go through real research just like this. And if you haven't seen our video on why legs get weaker after 60, that's a great one to watch next. Let me know in the comments. Is walking through discomfort something you genuinely try? I read every single one. This video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please consult your doctor about any new or persistent leg symptoms.